And we continue learning Mesilas Yesharim Yomi with this incredible Hachzik program, slowly catching up. Again, apologies, I was still a little bit behind. We're middle of the 19th chapter, the chapter dealing with Chasidus, on page 362 in the Artscroll Mesilas Yesharim. And the Ramchal now goes on to explain how we could give kavod, give honor to Hashem via the mitzvahs, but not just doing the mitzvahs, but doing the mitzvahs in the greatest, most beautiful fashion. And let's see. Says the Ramchal, Hine, kavod ha-mitzvah v'yikara, the honor and the yakar and the esteem of a mitzvah. Kvar zira alav chachamim zechor levracha, the chachamim have already warned us about this. V'amru, and they've taught us, zeh keli vanvehu, this is our God and we should beautify Him. Es na lefanav mitzvahs. How do you beautify HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Es na lefanav mitzvahs. Beautify Him by doing His mitzvahs. Tzitzis na, beautiful tzitzis. Tefillin na, Sefer Torah na, lulav na v'chulu. Chen amru, it's similarly the Gemara in Bava Kama teaches us, Hider mitzvah shlish, you should spend up until a third more of the value of the item for the beautification of the mitzvah. Ad kan mishalai. And the Gemara there explains, what does it mean up till a third? That means from your own pocket. Mikan ve'ilach mishal HaKadosh Baruch Hu. If you send more than a third, then Hashem Himself is going to be the one to fill in that difference. So says Ramchal, Hare, Tasif Soiseinu Zechrein Levracha, Barur Milelu. The Chacham themselves are very clear their opinion. She'ein dai ba'asris ha-mitzvah melvan. Now the Ramchal is coming to counteract one that might say, no, to do a mitzvah with Hiddur, to spend so much extra money on a beautiful lulav and esrog, why? Says Ramchal, the Chazal were clear that it's not enough, ein dai. It's not enough. Ba'asris ha-mitzvah levad, elo, shetzarech lechabda ulahadra. Rather, you have to honor and beautify the mitzvah. And in order for one to counteract those that say that he just wants to be lahakal alatzmai, to make it easier on himself, yoymar ein kavod el bnei adam. What do you mean kavod? That's a humanistic characteristic. That's for people hapitpatim ba'avalim eila, that are seduced by such vanities. Achal Kadosh Baruch Hu einay chayshish lazeh. What do you mean? Does Hashem really care if it's a little bit nicer? Is He really elevated? So people often say such a thing. What, Hashem cares? Hashem wants you to do the mitzvah. What's the difference? It's a little bit nicer. It's a little bit more beautiful. The whole concept of kavod, perhaps, is a humanistic characteristic. So who's to say that this is something that Hashem takes interest in? Amnana mesu, says Ramchal, that's not true. She'adayin baruch hu, Hashem Himself nikra kel hakavod, the God of glory. V'anu chayavim l'chabdayin. We have to honor Hashem. Even though it's true, Hashem doesn't need anything. Nothing humanistic is really doing anything for Him. But yet, that's still our obligation. And continues Ramchal, Umi. Turn over the page. We're on page 364 in the Artscroll Mesilas Yesharim. Apologies, we're dropped slower than usual. Having an issue with the voice, the throat, the nose, pulling it all together over here. Omi shememayit bazeh b'makim sheyachol laharbois ino elachayte. Says Ramchal, based on what I just said, if you're mimayit, if you limit and you go less when you could have done more, ino elachayte, that's an aveira. Umashe hanavi malachi misraim al yisrael b'davar Hashem. This is what the Navi Malachi says, when a blind animal comes as a carbon, is there nothing wrong? If you bring a lame animal, if you bring a sick animal, no, who cares? It's a carbon at the end of the day. Bring it. What's the difference? So what do we see? We see that, of course, there is vulam. Comes on Chazal and they say no, it's not the right way how to act. Says Gemara in Sukkah, water that's left uncovered. So there might be some snake venom inside of it and you want to bring it for Nisach HaMayim. You should not strain it with a strainer in order to make this water that might have something inside of it usable. And rather, what should you do? Why? Because that's what you're going to say to a regular person. You say to Hashem, maybe yourself, you'll strain out the venom and you'll drink it. But to Hashem, it's not the right way to do it. So when we bring a carbon, when we do something for Hashem, of course, it has to be in the highest manner. Reina, so says Ramchal, let's go and let's see. Now, I don't understand, says Ramchal. If I take this water and I sift it and I strain it and a regular person would drink it, why can't I bring it as a carbon? What do we see? Even though it's edible, it's fine. Still, it's not derech kavod. It's not the way you give a drink to someone of honorable stature. So we see the same concept. That obviously the hiddur, obviously the beautification is intrinsic and important. For Hamoed b'Sifri and another source from Sifri Pasuk in Dvarim, Chol Mivchar Nidrechem, and the choices of all the Nidarim, the Hainu Shel Yavi Ela Min HaMuvchar, you should bring only from the Muvchar, from the greatest. Ukvar Matzinu, Kain v'Hevel, we conclude that the Ramchal says, we see all the way back, from Cain and Hevel, what did Hevel bring? The firstborn sheep, the choices. The Cain brought from what? The psailes, the garbage, the refuse, fruits of the land. As the Medrash says, what happened to Cain and Hevel? Vayisha Hashem el Hevel v'al minchasai. Hashem did not turn to such a lowly offering. And moreover, it says, cursed are the ones that he has beautiful animals. But what does he bring to Hashem? He brings the blemished ones. He brings the ones with mumim. And what does the pasuk call him? Arur. We stop over here with the incredible realization that's not just about checking off that box, doing the mitzvah, but the hiddur, the doing it in the greatest way possible, is an intrinsic and completely necessary ingredient in doing the mitzvah. So we'll pick it up from here in the next year. B'siyata Dishmaya.